My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most.
It bothers me when people like Elon Musk say that people on those programs are the parasite class. It's just cruel.
Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people.
Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that we really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
But his administration...
Well, how about that, MAGA Republicans? While he was running for office, he said that he would not cut Medicaid, and you believed him. Moments ago on Capitol Hill, the Republicans passed a budget resolution cutting Medicaid by $880 million. We tried to warn you. We told you so.
I don't know what you guys need to be told or how it needs to be said to people that Trump is not to be trusted, that everything he says, he does the exact opposite of. He does not care about the working class. I see so many people that say they're the working class and they think that he cares about them. He has never cared about the working class. Do you know how often this man has been sued because of his refusal to pay the small business owners that have worked on his casinos and his buildings?
Hey fam, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you are watching this from, you're doing alright and God has protected you and preserved you very well. I do appreciate all of you that keep supporting, and shout out to my members. You're doing amazing. And as always, we are back with another interesting episode. Just like you saw in the teaser. Wow. People in the District of California 22 are literally crashing out because Medicaid is cut. And we all know Medicaid has been funded by, the federal government and the state. And we know what Trump promised to do to Medicaid. He wants to eradicate it, even when he said he doesn't want to touch it. Now people are stuck. But unfortunately, these people voted for him. We have to look at this clip, come back, and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're landing on here for your very first time.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance. I make $800 a month. Oh, that will kill me. That would kill my friends. That would kill millions of people in this country if they lose their health care.
We're in California's District 22, a rural community in the state's Central Valley. This district voted for Trump for the first time in 2024, but now his policies threaten one of the benefits people here rely on the most.
It bothers me when people like Elon Musk say that people on those programs are the parasite class. It's just cruel.
Do you know anyone personally who voted for President Trump but depends on benefits like Medicaid?
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people.
Trump promised a lot of things. I thought it would be more family values and those programs that we really need here.
One of those promises was to protect Medicaid, which 67% of people in this district rely on. It's the largest percentage of any district in the entire country.
Can you guarantee that Medicare, Medicaid will not be touched?
Yeah, I mean, I have said it so many times, we're not going to touch it.
But his administration just proposed an $880 billion cut to Medicaid over the next 10 years. So we wanted to come here to find out how people are feeling about Trump and his administration's decision that could have a huge impact on one of the benefits they rely on the most. One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Valerie have her medication for her seizures. She needs care everything. And I just give massage to her hands, to her legs. I stay with her until she falls asleep.
Sounds like you take really good care of her.
Oh, and my baby is my dog.
So you, your sister Irene, and your daughter Valerie, you're all on Medicaid. And how important is Medicaid for your family?
Wow, can you imagine? We live on a daily basis with sicknesses. This is for the cholesterol too. This is also for my blood pressure.
So Medicaid pays for all of it?
Yes.
If you didn't have Medicaid, how much would this cost you? How much money?
Oh, thousands maybe.
Thousands.
Thousands.
And that's just for you?
That's for me.
Not for your daughter? Not for your sister?
No. The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, you know. What we're going to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
When I was pregnant with my child, I was working in the field. I remember it was this little airplane and sprayed us. But when my baby born, the doctor just said, "Uh-oh, something's missing." And when he gave me my baby doesn't have her arm.
So with these risks that you and your community face in agriculture, and then to have the system threaten to take away your health insurance, to take away protection, how does it make you feel?
Like I told you, I feel like these tubby nuts in the back, you know. But why when we put food on their tables, you know, that we risk our health? Look at me right now. Look at me, how many sicknesses that I have. The COPD, I didn't have COPD at that time. We got all in the fields. Where else?
We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board.
The $880 billion in Medicaid cuts proposed in President Trump's budget will help pay to permanently extend his 2017 tax cuts.
The largest tax breaks would go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right. ¿Por qué van a hacer tanto recorte? Sí, tanto recorte. ¿En dónde lo van a poner ese dinero? ¿Dónde?
In the last election, who did you vote for?
I feel embarrassed to tell you, but before all the years back, since I got my citizenship, I said I was a Democrat, but then in these last elections I voted as a Republican. Why? Because I'm against abortion. Para mí la palabra conservador es tener valores. I grew up with values, you know, con las enseñanzas de mis padres.
Family values.
Family values.
Irma isn't the only one in District 22 who feels betrayed by the administration's plan to gut Medicaid.
The only people they're hurting are the poor people. People that really need the stuff. Elon Musk doesn't need it. Trump doesn't need it. And, you know, billionaires don't need it.
They're making out big time with this, but they're hurting people in the process.
District 22's representative is David Valadeo, a Republican who voted in favor of the budget resolution to cut Medicaid, after initially voicing concerns about how potential cuts to social programs could affect his constituents. If just 2 Republicans vote no on the final legislation, they could stop Medicaid from being cut.
The folks in this district have voted for him because he, in the past, has been able to stand up against his party. But now he's really stuck between a rock and a hard place because it seems as if the Trump administration is going to really ask for loyalty from him. and for him to play ball on every single issue, not just the issues that play well in this district. And so that might mean that they expect him to vote for things that are going to hurt his constituents directly.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
For either one.
You just wouldn't have voted?
None either.
Yeah, it's very sad that there's no political leadership that you feel you can vote for.
Maybe, they can, like you said, Democrats or Republican. Maybe they have, I'm not going to say that everything is bad, but the most important things. But the only good things is for them. To us, always going to be the good things,
You feel that way? It's always going to be the bad things?
Always.
For you?
Yeah.
Well, how about that, MAGA Republicans? While he was running for office, he said that he would not cut Medicaid, and you believed him. Moments ago on Capitol Hill, the Republicans passed a budget resolution cutting Medicaid by $880 million. We tried to warn you. We told you so. I live in a country with free healthcare, so I'll be okay. Will you? Do you still believe him? Or do you accept what we have been trying to tell you all along? He is a liar, and he does not care about you. He has just cut $880 million just now on Capitol Hill. We told you so.
My medication, it runs $20,000 a month without insurance.
I don't know what you guys need to be told or how it needs to be said to people that Trump is not to be trusted, that everything he says, he does the exact opposite of. He does not care about the working class. I see so many people that say they're the working class and they think that he cares about them. He has never cared about the working class. Do you know how often this man has been sued because of his refusal to pay the small business owners that have worked on his casinos and his buildings? He's not for the working class. I don't know any other way to say this. I don't know anyone else that can say anything else that would be impactful for people to really understand me, even in the sense knowing, like as many interviews I've seen where people said they knew, like teachers, like they knew he said it out of his mouth. They were going to get rid of the Department of Education. And now when they're doing that and they're starting to see their grants and the funding and the things that fund their roles are being rolled back or canceled or whatever, why they're now saying, I didn't think he was going to do that. And I see a lot of people saying that that's not really, the things he say is not really what he means. It's not true. Trump says exactly what he means, but he's relying on people to not take him at his word. He's convoluted truth so much that people are willing to listen to a lie and ignore the truth. He knew what he was doing. Everyone that backs him knows what they're doing. Look at all the people that surround him. Pedophiles. Someone that was a former advisor just got arrested for having child pornography. Pedophiles. Domestic abusers. All these things. And then you have the Christian community saying, the evangelical Christian community saying that he was placed by God. God has his hand on him. If our witness as a Christian, if our witness is that Donald Trump, God has his hand on Donald Trump, and that everything that Donald Trump is doing is God's will, then what a horrible witness we have to people that are non-believers. So, something to think about.
Some FAs and FOs are very, very hard to look at and even address. Medicaid, provided health coverage to millions of Americans. And like the people that were eligible are the children, pregnant women, the, adults in low-income areas, the elders, people that have disabilities, of which a lot of people that we are seeing crying are people that have disabilities, are people that are low-income earners. They don't have the capacity of, providing themselves with these medications. And of course, Medicaid has been funded by the federal government and definitely the different states. So those funds have been coming from the state and of course from the government, from, those funds. And now this money is cutting all of it off. Mind you, these are the same people that voted for Obamacare. They're kill it, as long as they don't touch my Medicaid. What about now? That he told you he's not gonna touch Medicaid. And he just turned just like an axe in wood. That's exactly how he turned. But he left the entire thing, dissected and asunder. And he wants to take it away from these people. Mind you, like we said, it targets people that are in low-income neighborhoods. This is not just going to affect Latinos. It's going to affect even those people that didn't vote for him, including some black people that have been on these benefits. Yeah. So, killed Obamacare, and lots of them were in hopes that at least Medicaid is going to be spared. Mind you, Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act at least covered the pre-existing conditions. Now, even Medicaid was taking care of that as well. Now, mind you, most of the insurance companies right now, they don't really cater for pre-existing conditions. These are poor people that thought he really understands the poor, that really thought he has a heart for people, the values and all American values. Unfortunately, it seems it is surfacing that the values that they voted for are values to literally take away even the smallest thing the poor had. Mind you, it's not because these people did not work. No, some of these people were productive people and paid taxes. Yeah, but he's literally taking away every small little thing, putting it into the hands and the pockets of billionaires. I tell you what, billionaires are not going to be affected because they can afford these things. But what about people that have disabilities? What about the old people that literally need assistance? Who is going to take care of these people? This whatever oligarchy stuff, it's really, really getting out of hand. And it hurts. That's why I said some FOs are very, very tough, because these are lives of people, but also lives of people that did not care and they voted for racism and hate. Some people have been in the comment section saying hate is very expensive. But I tell you what, majority of these people would rather shoot themselves in the foot than voting for a black woman. This woman had a lot of plans, cared for other people, middle income, working class. Those were his target, and it is just so crazy that these people didn't see this. And even those that are saying, we were actually Republicans, but then I understand. It makes a lot of sense. Lots of these people just didn't want to vote for a black woman. And they have the nerves right now to come out and ask where she is at when they didn't give her the job. Majority of them are like, where the black people at? When they made sure that they silenced them on the voting, in the voting booth, and they expect black people to come out right now and help. The delusion of them thinking that this man is going to make things better, when all, statistics show that as much as people say he's a good businessman, but he's also destroyed a lot of businesses, including his father's empire. And there's so many lies that he's told on different occasions, and people were still willing to vote for him. And now they're crashing down. Because I tell you what, I don't think District 22 in California is the only one that is being affected. The rest of America is going to be affected. Those that voted for him and those that did not. So you see how you literally, like a lot of people are saying in the comment section that, you know, racism is very, very expensive. It's going to cost the whole country. And I don't know who is going to bring the country out of the, you know, the demise that he's putting. It looks like he's really, really trying to destroy each and everything. The poor people that voted for him, the ones that he was supposed to really pay more attention and help, those are the same people that he is literally effing now, kicking them back on the ground. Those that had farms, they are losing it. I guess it is time for people to believe, especially if people are supremacists. There's nothing good they have in mind for people. All they have in mind is just to make sure that they enrich themselves and their billionaire friends. I don't know if when these people looked, they thought Elon cares, when he's literally fired a lot of federal workers, veterans, a lot of funds. And where is this money going? Meanwhile, the eggs are very high. Meanwhile, everything is expensive. Meanwhile, there's nothing, as much as they are saying they are cutting government, you know, expenditures and waste. Is this waste? Is this waste? Like the help that was supposed to be coming to the people? Like, is this waste in the minds of these people? It's so sad to say that they are getting what they voted for, and I hate to say it, but I had to say it. Like, these are lives of people, like, and these are people that knew they didn't have the capacity of actually taking care of themselves. And mind you, most of the people that have the capacity of taking care of themselves, they voted differently. But the thing is, all of America is not rich. In fact, majority of the poor white people and Latinos, that's what they went for. You know how they say when you convince a poor white man that, you know, is whatever, he can give you everything. This saying is making a lot of sense right now. But anyhow, I don't know what you my people think. Put your thoughts in the comment section. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel. FAFO is just beginning. It's like the beginning of the, you know, the pains of childbirth right now. I don't know why this is just reminding me so much of the scriptures in the Bible. But you that are believers, yeah, you know where your strength comes from. Hopefully, you guys have someone that will stand against this. I will definitely see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Gracie, and I love all of you and praying for all of you. Bye.